All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Misfit Corner Comics Presents. This is the artist Andrew speaking, and we are live streaming. We took the potty from Avery's live stream, and we brought it over to mine. So let's start. Let's check my volumes real quick. We are live. All right. That's good enough. All right. We'll see if anybody comes over. They're probably all going to say to themselves, not Andrew's stream. God, ew, that's gross.
Not Andrew's stream. Oh, my God.
One of the things I did today while I was at the flea market.
Hey, real quick.
Okay, go ahead.
I switched my Instagram to business, so I can do ads because I want to build my Instagram.
Oh, okay.
I think it's like I'm going to do YouTube too, but I'm going to try to focus on paying to promote my Facebook group. That's my art page, not my personal Facebook. I'm not accepting any more friend requests on my personal Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I got to start deleting some people I've already accepted, and it's nothing personal against them. It's nothing against them. It's just I want one place that's just people I know.
Well, that's why I have two Facebook accounts. I have and then I have the Art of, and I have Misfit Corner Comics, and I have two Facebook pages.
Well, I have my Facebook page, and I have the Art of page. The Art of page, anybody's welcome.
Yeah.
My regular Facebook page is going to be just for friends and family. Everybody else has got to go.
Yep.
It's nothing personal. I want one place. Everybody else has got to go.
Nope, I hear you. Hey, Commodore, how's it going, man?
Hey, what's up, Commodore? But that, you're heavier on YouTube than I am. So what I'll probably do is just be on YouTube a little bit, Twitch a little bit, but heavy, but try to go heavy on Instagram and Twitter and the Facebook group promoting.
Yeah. I don't know how much Facebook is still alive anymore.
It's still there. If those numbers of percentages that come in don't work until your followers are in the thousands.
Yeah.
Thousands. But people won't find your Facebook group or your Instagram or your Twitter for your art and stuff unless you pay the way they have the algorithms now.
Yeah.
You have to pay.
Isn't this sad? This is my sketchbook.
Mm-hmm.
My sketch-a-day sketchbook. The spine just ripped right off.
That happens.
What brand is it?
This is one of the cheapy ones you get from Michael's. I mean, it's
Strathmore.
No, I don't think so. No, it's Artist Loft. It's Michael's brand.
Yeah, those are trash. I don't use a sketchbook anymore. I don't keep a sketchbook.
Well, this was all part of this initiative of mine to do a sketch a day, and I'm cruising along.
Yeah, I could do a sketch a day. I just wouldn't use a sketchbook. I don't like the paper in sketchbooks.
Well, the whole idea for me was to do it in a sketchbook because it was a sketch of day sketchbook.
So, boring.
What do you think of very big sketchbooks?
I don't like sketchbooks.
Oh, no, I was talking to Andrew, not you.
He loves everything.
Hold on a second. Let me see this.
Yeah, what he doesn't love is a really short list.
600 pages. Well, 300 pages. That's not bad.
$33.
Yeah, see, no, I'm not paying $32 for a sketchbook. These cost like, you get them on sale, they're like $5 a piece.
It's fucking huge. It's 300 pages.
Yeah, well, this is 110, and this works just fine.
But it's more premium.
I'd still tear it up.
It's big, it's have that premium experience like the steel books.
I'd still tear it up. So trust me, it's not worth it. Nope. Actually, I need to pick up another sketchbook because this one's almost filled. But I've decided what I'm going to do is I'm going to put out a sketchbook, 48-pager, probably have at least 45, 46 illustrations in it. But I'm going to put out one for this book that I did, and then probably by the end of the year I'll have 2 more done. And then at the end of the year, I'm going to do a nice big hardcover collection of all the sketches I did. Not all of them, the good ones. So who knows what I'll do with it, though. Maybe I'll just print up one copy and just have it for myself.
Sketchbook. 12.5 by 10.7. That's a fairly big size.
Yeah.
600 pages. 300 sheets. Yeah, you don't draw on both sides of that.
I got this cheap-ass caliber one, although it's kind of upside down for your perspective.
Yeah, I've got one of those cheap ones too. I take it to the flea market and let me turn off my. Oh, crap! Oh, sorry. Man, I don't know what's wrong with me today.
Oh, you never guess what just released on Blu-ray?
What was just released on Blu-ray?
You remember the 1972 TV show called The New Scooby-Doo Movies?
No.
We got Hanna-Barbera shows on Blu-ray now.
Really? Very nice.
Yeah, but there's only one caveat. There was 24 episodes.
Yeah.
There's 23 on the Blu-ray.
That sucks.
Yeah, that's because MGM didn't want to play nice with the Addams Family crossover.
Oh, that's funny.
But anyway, it's up for pre-order.
Oh, okay. Oh, so it's not out yet. So, okay. Well, I bought. Warner Brothers released the Justice League cartoon, and the Justice League Unlimited. I think maybe it was just Justice League, but it was like maybe it was the first 2 seasons, and they released them on Blu-ray. And when they came out, Best Buy had them for like $39.99 each. And then one day I went into the store and they had them on sale for $4.99 each. And I bought a copy of each. I should have bought all of them because you cannot find them anywhere anymore. And this is back before they included digital with everything. So it's just the Blu-rays. But still, that's a fantastic animated series. And I have it on Blu-ray. But they never released, well, until just recently, when they released the entire Batman the Animated Series, they hadn't released any of those on Blu-ray.
Yeah, because they had to actually get the film negatives or the masters and just recompose them and clean them up.
So I've said if Disney or Warner Brothers, if they want to release any of their like Saturday morning cartoons on Blu-ray, I'll buy them all. But if they're movies, if they want to re-release them on Steelbook case, I'll buy them all. So. That's just me. I don't know.
What's your take on grain removal?
Grain removal?
Yes.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You know, when you see a Blu-ray, like they do grain reduction.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I've never heard of that.
When they remove the film grain, when they update something that was shot in film years ago to HD.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I would hate something like that because that's how you lose the intentional depth of field that is shot to hide things.
Yeah, but I view it as a double-edged sword because grain actually it's kind of I guess compression expensive. Like it like if you add more like static or grain to like an image, you kind of reduce the quality, but you have to up the bit rate, but you can only up the bit rate so far. So, like, it would increase the perceivable quality, you know? There's actually a codec in the works. I believe it was either AV1 or H.265? No, H.266.
Oh, yeah?
Where they, the codec actually removes the grain and then puts it back in. So that you can have a smaller file size. Or, yeah. Or get more bang for bits.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of those old movies, you were never meant to see it that clearly.
Yeah, yeah.
When you see it that clearly, it loses something.
Yeah, because they did some like riggery, like with like multiple cameras and whatnot, with rear projection and all that stuff.
Yeah, or a matte painting for a background.
Yeah.
And you can't see it when you have the depth of field and the film grain of how it was originally shot and meant to be shown. But you put it in HD, it's like all of a sudden... You know, again, I've used this example.
Yeah, you can still put it in HD and have film grain and have depth of field, but, you know, they just, I don't know.
They just don't, a lot of new directors don't.
Actually, speaking of HD, there's actually a HD remaster of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? And you can see the film grain, and you can also see the cheapness of the animation. I don't mean just seeing the same lamp 3 times in a row, you know, when they run.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, you can actually see the where they had limited animation. We can see the heads were on separate cells, which really adds to the character of the show. You know, because you're like Hanna-Barbera, you expect cheapness, but you also expect fun.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, Yoka Milk, welcome to the show, man. Just a quick shout out. I missed him the last couple of times he was able to join the chat. He came in and had to leave. So, before I want to show you guys something.
Hey, Kodiak.
Of course, I had to go to the flea market. I had to take more boxes, and I need to go through the boxes without going on camera. But I found one of the boxes. Avery, you're going to get a kick out of this. This is awesome. It was the Batman and Avengers boxes. Look at some Batman stuff that I found.
Oh yeah, that's back when I used to read Batman.
Yeah, this is the Many Deaths of Batman. John Byrne writing in and Jim Aparo drawing it. I just have one issue out of this, but
so
look what else I have.
No, that's from just before I started reading because I have Death in the Family in trade. I don't have the issues.
This one is actually worth some money too.
So, yeah, I know.
And then 10 Nights of the Beast, part 2 of 4. These are just random ones I have. So, but check this out. Look at these Avengers that I have. This is issues 161, like through 190. But I was flipping through the price guide. Turns out this one right here, where is it? This one right here, 181, is like a $90 book.
Nice.
Do you want to know why it's a $90 book?
Why?
First appearance of Scott Lang, who later becomes Ant-Man. And I had no idea. But yeah, it's like a $90 book in mint condition. And to be honest with you, this one, believe it or not, is in great condition.
So you got that for a steal, huh?
Well, these were some books that were given to me at a long time. I mean, look how nice this cover looks. There's a little bit of a ripple through the side here, but no moth or whatchamacallit bites in here at all. So this is a good copy. But man, look at this. George Perez, or no, actually John Byrne on art. John Byrne and Gene Day. I don't know who. I've never heard the name Gene Day before. But this is nice.
Yeah, it is. It's great.
This is one I may have to get. Graded.
You know what? I would keep that one and look to buy a graded copy if you want.
Oh, I really don't care about it, but it's something that I would probably sell sometime in the future, you know? Look at they got the Guardians of the Galaxy there at the table. Continue.
And Miss Marvel.
You know, it's a shame that like people view these as investments instead of like, you know, entertainment because like, they're meant to be enjoyed, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, but, I wouldn't say I would never have a graded comic, but anything I have, if I were ever to have graded books, I would also have a reader copy of.
Well, I've only actually graded 3 comics so far. The first one is Batman Adventures, the first appearance of Harley Quinn. The second one was The Vengeance of Bane #1, the first appearance of Bane. And then the third one was New Mutants 98, the first appearance of Deadpool. So I still have 2 of those 3. One of them I sold. So
I wish I still had my first appearance of Deadpool.
Yeah,
I sold all those books way back.
Yeah, but dude, check out some of these covers. They're fantastic.
Yeah, a lot of people think like the first edition of a comic is the one that makes the most money. But like these days, it's like the first appearance of a character that becomes popular.
First appearance of characters make bigger splashes.
Yeah, but there was a time that first appearance of Deadpool was in the 50-cent bin.
Yeah,
that is true. That is true.
It spiked real high, then went in the toilet. The same with the first appearance of Cable. That's the reason I sold mine for $50 when it spiked real high, because a couple of years later it was down to like $5, and you could find it in 50-cent bins.
Hey Bethany, how's it going? Hey, Yoka Milk's asking me a question. He goes, Misfit, can I design a character for your story? Well, kind of, if it's an idea I had. Sure, go ahead. That'd be awesome. I'd love to see a a hero-related character design. So nobody else out there likes drawing anamorphic characters like me. So please feel free.
Anthropomorphic, not
Anthropomorphic, whatever. You know what I mean.
It's on a lens.
Not tomato. You know what I'm talking about. You know.
There's that one guy Doug has on his show that does it.
Yeah. Check this out. The Avengers 161 attacked by the Ant-Man. The most bizarre battle ever. Okay. And then, oh, here's one. You see how the corner is bent up here in this one? I actually opened it up to see if I could unbend the corner, but turns out it was bent in production. I'll show you what I mean by that. It was bent in production so that if you unflap it, it was actually the comic that got bent and then it was cut. So it's just really weird, but
wouldn't that increase the value of the comic because it'd be like a factory defect or something?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so.
No, usually they don't.
Oh, you know.
Yeah, that only works for coins or maybe like paper money.
You know, something I did not do is go through these to see if any of these were signed by artists or something. You know, because the guy who gave these to me, that was something he liked to do. So actually, I probably should look through them. I know that one wasn't signed. I would have seen it if it was, but. Jim Shooter writer and John Byrne penciler. Wow. That's fantastic. It would have been cool if it was signed by Jim Shooter. Jim Shooter's still around, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. The Many Faces of Evil. It's a pretty weird looking cover.
One of those faces have purple hair.
Oh, wow. Check this one out. Has Miss Marvel joined the Avengers only to fall before Crusher Creel? In the grips of the Absorbing Man. 1979, dude.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I know. 185. At last, the origin of Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch. The Yesterday Quest.
Those are good issues.
Yeah.
Will Quicksilver give you mercury poisoning?
Probably. If you kissed him. If you French kissed him. So. The most bizarre Avenger epic story ever told. Enter Mordred the Mystic. Wow. This one says, Captain America, Miss Marvel, the Falcon, Quicksilver, the Wasp, Wonder Man at the mercy of the Witch on Wundagore Mountain. This seems like one that if he had the opportunity, he'd get signed. Let me open this up real quick. I mean, just to be curious. Just out of curiosity.
I wouldn't sell those anyway.
Well, I pulled them all out, so even if they're not, I mean, well, actually, I went in the price guide. The price guide has them in near mint condition. They're worth between $10 and $12 a piece. I mean,
yeah, those are good books to have, man.
Yeah,
they're the kind of thing I'm looking for to build up an Avengers thing to start reading it.
These are the kinds of thing I'd put on a shelf in a store. You know, these would be wall books on a store.
I wish they made more reprints of the Golden Age stuff.
Well, the Elements of Doom. The Avengers. What strange new problems plague the Vision and Scarlet Witch? Where does destiny take Captain America and Falcon? Why must Thor leave the Avengers? When will the government stop harassing our heroes? That's just the...
As a targeted harassment.
Who is the surprise supervillain Hawkeye battles alone? This one's got all the answers. It's very funny. It's cool. And this is the last one here. 190. The Avengers, guest starring Daredevil, the Man Without Fear. Something evil this way comes. Man, these were some really great covers back in the day.
I know.
These are all from 79. Let me see. Date on these. 77. 78, 79. Wow. I was barely but a thought in my mother's brain. Actually, no, I was probably 6 at the time these came out. 5 or 6, so yeah. My sister was born around
Hey, you could have been both. You know, you could have been 5 or 6 to barely have a thought in your mother's brain at the same time.
Yeah, my mom didn't think about me too much back then. Send the boy to school and forget about him, you know?
Yeah.
So Yokomilk says, it's an idea I didn't use, so I changed it, and it will fit well in yours. It's inspired by Ripperoo, and it's a heavily scary creature. Okay, well, it's not a character that can be used as its own character, more a minion kind of character. Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Do it up. Let me see it. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's a legal problem.
That's a what?
That's a legal problem.
What's a legal problem? I don't know what you're talking about.
Apparently.
Yeah. All right. So now we're going to get drawing. I have absolutely no idea what to draw. Commodore, come on, man. Give me an idea. Throw something out at me. Too slow. Come on, man. Think faster.
Draw the Flash.
Draw the Flash. Okay. So I'm not going to draw the Flash because this is...
Well, you said think faster. Okay.
No. That's but then again, maybe a fast character would be an interesting character to
Maybe he wants to see you draw the Flash art, monkey.
That just came out of my head when you said think faster, so I thought of something fast. Okay, which one is it going to be? Is it going to be Barry Allen? Is it going to be...
Oh, it's not going to be either. I'm going to,
Yeah, he's going to draw like a rabbit or something as the Flash.
Yokomilk says, draw my character. Draw my OC.
Maybe you could draw the Flash flashing somebody. Like in a big trench coat. It looks like he's gonna be selling watches or something.
Okay, see, that's one of those things I wouldn't draw.
Well, if you put in a speech bubble, he says, "Hey, you want to buy a watch?" That's all you have to do to fix it.
You know, the last really good joke type of sketch idea I came up with, I gave it to Avery, and he did it, and it was fantastic. You remember which one I'm talking about?
Hawkeye? Where's Hawkeye?
Yes. I said, draw a picture of Deadpool with an arrow through his head and have the word balloon say, Hawkeye? Where's Hawkeye? And he did it. He actually did a painting of it and took it to a convention, and it sold like almost immediately.
Holy hell.
I think he actually did it twice.
It's just a sketch. Oh, dude, yeah, I did a crappy version of the sketch too. It's a watercolor sketch, and it sold like really fast the first day. So what I did is I changed it, like changed the lettering and turned it into a print.
Do you think it sold better because it was funny?
Yes.
It's hilarious.
More funny stuff. You'll print money, man. You could probably quit your job at the bank.
Well, actually,
this is the print version.
Oh yeah, that's fantastic, guys. Check this out.
Let me see a bigger version of that.
Hawkeye, where's Hawkeye? Because the original, it was written there, and it's not as nice.
Yeah. So
I just covered it up with a word balloon.
I do like the character that the watercolor has to offer.
Yeah, but this is also sort of based on the whole Steve Martin with the fake arrow through his head.
Yeah.
But this is a real arrow through his head.
Yeah, and the middle of his mask, it kind of reminds me of Rorschach in a way with the artifacting with the watercolors.
Oh yeah, to suggest the shape of his features underneath.
Yeah. Nice scan.
Yep, I wish I still had that scanner.
What happened to it?
It doesn't work so great anymore.
That's the really good one, right?
Yep, it's the one that when I bought it, it was like $1,500. They're $3,000 now.
Jesus.
It's a professional grade flatbed scanner, large format. Like I have an all-in-one that will scan 12 by 18 or something like that. You know, and it's fine when I scan black and white, but I can't scan paintings with it. It doesn't.
I have a cheap ass scanner, but when I scan Brainiac, when I was like tweaking it, it only scans 8-bit TIFFs, but I can actually see the behind the drawing behind it a little bit when I was like tweaking it a little. If I was playing around with it.
Yeah, I still have the scanner. I still have it. It's just when I scan stuff, it puts this real thin, multicolored line right down the right side.
It streaks it, right?
Yeah, it's this really thin, multicolored line. Sort of like some kind of test pattern or something. It's very faint, but it.
Do you think you could just get recalibrated or something?
No, it's damaged.
That might actually cost more money than it's worth.
Oh. Yeah.
So.
They're expensive. It's a Microtech.
Ah.
Microtech scanners are expensive.
How big is it?
It's big. Its surface area is 11 by 17.
Damn, not big enough for me. I want it to be at least 12 by 12. Because so I can scan vinyl.
That's a weird shape.
Well, that's because so I can scan vinyl art. Like it could be 12 by 17, you know, or 12 by 24.
My $200 scanner. That's a scanner, printer, all that. It's 12 by 18.
Yeah. Hey, Kodiak.
Comedy, this is the first time I got to meet you?
I think you've met me before.
Well, of course, in chat.
No, I meant, I think I was on stream before, yesterday. Like, once before? I don't know.
Actually, I think we've had Commodore on before we had Kodiak on.
Oh, wow.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
That Deadpool, I haven't seen that one either. That's awesome.
It's really old.
Hawkeye? Where's Hawkeye?
I drew the original in 2012.
Okay, you guys want to hear a really funny story? I'll have to. Actually, no, never mind. I'm not going to tell it because I don't have the visual stuff right in front of me.
But by the end of that New York Comic Con, I was sick of drawing Deadpool.
Yes.
Because that's like the only thing that would sell. And I would just draw Deadpool over and over and throw it out there, and somebody would walk by and buy it within minutes.
Yeah,
wow.
He got to the point where he was like, here, and he just go.
Yeah, they were trash drawings.
And then throw it on the table, and somebody would want to buy it.
Like, seriously, I would do these trash drawings of Deadpool, throw it out there, it'd be like $30. Somebody would walk by and buy it. $30. Somebody would walk by and buy it. It's like this is trash.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing them out there. Meanwhile, I've got this portfolio full of stuff like that I poured my heart into.
Yeah.
These really nice drawings that look way better. Like almost none of that stuff sold. A little bit of it did.
It's the trash that prints money.
Didn't you do the same thing with like a Moon Knight sketch or something?
Yeah.
I remember you put together like a really quick Moonlight sketch and somebody loved it and bought it right up.
Yeah. I drew it like super fast. I was like, this isn't even like a... And I like drawing Moon Knight. I just did that because I wanted to do something different, and I threw it out there, and I was like, okay, cool. I do like drawing Moon Knight. I don't mind drawing Deadpool. I was just sick of drawing Deadpool that weekend.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how many times I drew it.
Well, maybe you should draw them like once a week, and then like once the conventions happen once a year, you just sell 52 of them. It'll be the new 52.
No, I'm just taking this print from now on. That way, I only got to draw one or two, and then I have a stack of these out there for $10.
Ah, gotcha.
But
Holy
Deadpool may not be the hot thing then. You know, who knows? This was
right now, the hot thing is not something none of us want to draw.
Yeah, what's that?
The Captain Marvels,
depends on the Captain Marvel.
You know, it's true, but it's just kind of like Deadpool was an okay thing to ride the wave, but right now it kind of steals my soul to draw Captain Marvel. I don't know.
That'd be funny if somebody asked you to draw Captain Marvel. It's like, hey, did you just draw him? What he's called Shazam now? There you go.
I would probably draw Miss Marvel, or Mary Marvel.
Yeah, they won't know the difference.
One's good, one sucks. Guys, I was just looking.
I would draw Captain Marvel if somebody wanted me to. If they were paying.
A commission, yeah. I mean,
Well,
Elliot always said that you have to put in you do what the customer wants to a certain degree, but then they're buying you. They're not buying the blah blah blah. So like, how do you?
So pretty much it's prostitution,
right?
You got to quit listening to that Elliot guy. He keeps sending you down the wrong path. You never put yourself in your art. You give the customer exactly what they ask for.
Negative, sir. Negative. Guys, I was just out of curiosity. I was wondering how much to do our own event for maybe Comicsgate at the Prime Osborne, just for shits and giggles, poops and giggles.
What now?
Event planning for like the Prime Osborne Center, right? And I went to Prime Osborne because I was curious how much that would cost. There's a book you have to practically download and read before you can even get to them quoting you a price. Events Planner's Guide, these are all PDFs, electrical form, high electrical form, parking form, telecommunications forms, and water and air form before you can even get to the how much does it cost page.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So when these events go down, they're pretty serious.
Mm-hmm.
How fun would that be to have Jacksonville as the place we pull something
now,
together?
You do know there's a comic book convention next weekend, right?
Where at?
The Morocco Shrine Auditorium.
What is it?
It's the one you're not going to go to, Avery.
Oh, Max's thing?
Yeah, Collective Con.
Yeah, that's Max. I believe that's Max.
Well, he was involved with them previously. I don't know if he still is, but yeah.
Yeah, he used to be involved with it.
Man, Avery, that Cyber Frog is killer.
Oh, thanks, man.
Quit stroking his ego. Tell him the truth. Tell him the truth. That looks nothing like Battletoads. I mean, come on.
What is that mock one that's been going around chats called like something Toad? And I can't remember what it is, but it's actually a really cool name.
Toad?
No. It's something cybernetic. But
no idea. You're more up in the chat stuff than we are anyway.
The guy that's doing like the Cybertoad parody thing.
Oh, is it anti-Comicsgate? It might be.
No. There's a guy who goes in the chat that calls himself Cybertoad. He's I think he's a fan. I don't think he's an anti.
No, there's one that's an even more clever name. Like I bet you EVS goes, damn, I wish I would have thought of that. To go with like Salamandroid though is a really clever name.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, EVS came up with it, so yeah.
Oh, yeah. I came up with one that has nothing to do with Cyberfrog, but I can't say it. I can't say it online. Tell you guys. Told my wife about it, and she's like, "Oh, that's neat. It's interesting."
She's like, saying you should copyright that for yourself, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
She's like, "That's nice, dear." I'm sorry. Cody's like, wow.
I've had that conversation with my wife before.
We all have. Yep, we all have. Well, when you come walking in and she's in the shower and you're just like, babe, I came up with this great idea for a comic book. It's going to be a one-time thing or maybe not. And you start how we talk, how we just.
I don't talk to people about my ideas very often. I can't.
Especially when they're normies.
Well, no. I'm just saying how we talk about comic books in general. How we just start comic book.
Do you know what my wife would say to me anytime I said, "Hey, honey, I've got a new idea." You know what she would say to me? To stop me completely in my tracks.
What?
Write it down and let me read it. I was like, forget that. and she caught.
That's what I do to my kids.
That's not a bad idea.
She would get me every single time with that. She'd go, write it down and let me read it.
Like, evil. Forget it. I know exactly the motive behind that because I do it to my kids.
Yeah, well, my wife is I almost said something bad out loud.
Oh,
Now, she's in the living room. She can't hear me, but I bet you she would hear that.
I bet you Avery will find the record button real quick.
No, I would never narc him out. Dude, I'm not a snitch.
Listen, I don't know if my wife would believe you, to be honest with you.
Of course she would.
Yeah, she probably would.
I'm the friend she likes.
Actually, she likes all my friends.
Now,
yes, now she does.
She may not like me.
Well, she didn't like my friend Todd. She didn't like our friend Todd back in high school, but I've already told that story a dozen times. So, but yeah,
Todd's just a bad influence.
he is. But now he has daughters and their babies, and it's wonderful.
Oh God, could you sound gayer?
Yeah, probably. Fabulous.
Bitch, don't tempt me.
Oh, dude,
Don't go there, girlfriend.
like I could fillet a dude on stream and it would sound less gay.
Yeah. Right. All right, here, guys. I want to show you guys something. I actually, my wife's doctor's appointment Friday was over by Coliseum of Comics down here at 5 Point, wherever the frick it is. And I picked up a couple of comics, and I wanted to share them and show them to you. I picked up issues 4 and 5 of Scotty Young's Middle West. Which
Wait, who did the covers?
the covers are by Mike Huddleston.
Okay.
Mike Huddleston, who is fantastic. He's great on interiors as well. But yeah, he did the covers for the series, and I think I have issues 1 through 3. I know for sure I have 1 and 2. I'm not sure if I have 3, but I picked up 4 and 5 because they.
Scotty Young seems like a good dude. I just can't buy that because it's Image. That's oh my God, that's some of Scotty Young's best work.
This isn't his art. This is his
art. Whose art is it?
It is Jorge Cordova.
Okay, I thought that was Scotty Young for a second. I was like, whoa, that's like some of his best stuff. Okay.
Nope. He's writing this, which is actually pretty cool. But
dude, that art is fantastic.
It's very much the Wizard of Oz with wizards.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, it's really
Wizard of Oz with wizards.
Yeah, but
more wizards.
But check this out. I also picked up. This is also another Image book. Sharky #1, The Bounty Hunter.
Simone Bianchi, he's pretty dope.
Why?
This is
what the heck is a Sharky?
Mark Millar and Simon Bianchi. And here's the thing that kind of killed it. Netflix.
Oh yeah, because Mark Millar sold everything to Netflix. But
yeah, it's this bounty hunter story. It's like a sci-fi type thing, and I love Simon Bianchi's art, so it's definitely. And they had a copy of the sketch. They had a blank sketch cover, so
I think. Never mind.
But this looks kind of cool. I look forward to reading it. I'll read it and let you guys know what I think.
Yeah, the art's great.
Yeah.
Joshua hit it out of the park. It's Technotoad.
Technotoad. Okay.
That is a cool name.
Yeah, it is.
That is pretty good.
Oh, and look what else I got. I showed this to the guys after stream yesterday. Once Avery was gone, but since I'm back to my old form, Legos. I picked up a new set.
Batman.
That's right, Batman Brother Eyes Takedown, and it includes Batwoman. Yeah, so I can't wait to put that together.
Lego instructional videos are big.
Oh, by the way, another box actually a box that sold really well at the flea market was my Wolverine box that had a whole bunch of Wolverine comics in it.
Oh,
but I grabbed 2.
What Wolverines? I was about to say.
Much later.
Oh.
Much later. Nothing Silvestri or any of that early stuff. No. And it's all later stuff. But I sold a whole crap load of it, and that was great. But The Jungle Adventure by Mike Mignola.
Oh yeah, written by Walter Simonson, correct?
And yeah,
are those oversized?
Yes. Well, no, these are square bound, but Bloodlust by Alan Davis and Paul Neary.
Oh yeah, dude. That's how they used to do Wolverine annuals.
Yes,
They didn't.
yes.
They didn't call it like a Wolverine annual. They did these prestige format books. Those books are beautiful, dude.
They
Is
are
it
gorgeous.
this size? Are those this size?
They're
No,
standard comic size.
They're standard comic size, but they're like
Look,
the,
They're prestige format.
hold on a second.
is that what I'm just trying to find out?
No,
What
they're
this,
smaller than those. Those are 8.5 by 11. Those are the larger
Okay.
size. Yeah, no, these are comic book size. But they're
this awesome cover,
they're
man.
they're square bound, and yeah, these.
So
Sometimes you can find that Jungle Adventure in 50-cent pens.
Yeah. Hey, I wonder at the very end of this story, he leaves the Savage Land, and he leaves this woman behind with the baby. I wonder if that's Dakin. Could this be the first appearance of Dakin?
oh, that would, if I was writing a RetroCon, that would be badass.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to
It
getting.
doesn't say how long he stayed in the Savage Land, and he has been known in the storyline to disappear on him for months at a time.
Yep. That would be very cool. But yeah, I can't wait to go through and read that again. But this one was done. I want to say this was definitely done after the Excalibur, because Excalibur was really what brought Alan Davis to the limelight for me. But this has definitely got the same color style to it. Colorist Bernie J. I don't recognize that name, but gorgeous pages. Bloodlust. This is Wolverine at his best, kicking ass and
Chewing bubblegum.
chewing bubblegum. That's right.
You know,
I think he doesn't chew bubblegum.
yeah, that book is awesome, dude. I remember it. I love it.
Oh,
Like this is hand color with like dyes and airbrush or something.
yes, that was back in the day. Back in the day. When was this done? 1990. 1990. Wow. Yeah.
Oh,
Wolverine Annual 2, Bloodlust. This is how they did the annuals.
I wonder if there's people that still buy analog Xerox machines so they can just make analog comics like the analog way. Not fax machines. I've got photocopiers.
I'm sure there's people out there that still do. I wonder if this one was the first annual. Hold on a second. Let me see when this one was done.
What does analog mean when it has to do with comics?
Photocopy, I mean. Like an analog photocopier, just like, traditional.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
Paper, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm used to it when recording music analog. What that
Avery,
means.
this one doesn't say annual, but it does say 1990 was also 1990.
Okay.
I think this was like a standalone thing, and then that Bloodlust was part of the Wolverine series at the time.
Who colored that?
This one? Let me look again. Let's see. Colorist Mark Chiarello.
Mark Chiarello. See, that's the guy DC let go, who was their head of all their colorists at DC.
And this right here was almost 30 years ago.
Yeah.
How gorgeous some of that is, especially on Mike Mignola.
Yeah. And have you ever seen Mark Chiarello's paintings?
No, honestly, no.
Any of the comics he's done where he painted the art, they're awesome.
All right, check this out. This is where Wolverine's like standing up to the big bad of the Savage Land. He beats the crap out of him. Turns out it's a woman, and it turns out it's the woman from the end of the series. And he's like, "Whoa, hey, babe, yeah, all right." And she picks him up with two hands and kisses and smooshes him. And oh, she's definitely topless in this picture. Oh,
Yeah,
I'm keeping this one just for
that's when you could still see a little bit more of the Jeffrey Jones influence in Mike Mignola's work.
Well, I mean, look at the cover. Look at this cover, man.
Yeah,
That is just gorgeous.
he still showed a lot of the Frank Frazetta and Jeffrey Jones influence.
Yeah, but look how simple it is as well, you know? God, I wish I could draw like Mike Mignola. Man, one of these days.
Bang, zoom, straight to the moon.
That's right.
Oh, wait, we already did that.
That pose that she was laying in is iconic is used as the superhero Iron Man pose that Deadpool makes a fun of, but it's still so epic.
Yeah. I've got an idea for a drawing I want to work on. I don't know if I'll get it done tonight or not, but I want to work on something. I want to stock on something. I should probably start on tracing paper and not on the illustration board, but oh well.
Is that illustration board?
Yeah, this one right here. This is the 16 by 20. But this is what I normally draw on, is the 17 by 14. So what I'm going to do is just on the illustration board, kind of like just use it as a guide for what I normally do and just work within it. So what did I do with my pencil? Where did I have a pencil? I lost my pencil. I found it.
Oh.
The pencil.
Avery, don't panic. I found my pencil.
Oh God. Thank God. I was worried.
Well, this is what I'm. This is the size that I'm planning on doing on the illustration board for the backup stories for Hero. The one that I'm going to pencil and let you ink. So, by the way, in case you guys haven't heard, Avery has offered to actually ink the backup story for the new volume of Hero Book 1. I'm going to draw it and he's going to ink it. This is something we've never done in a story before. So it should be rather epic, I think. I hope.
Yeah.
Hopefully not an epic fail.
Well, it could be an epic fail, exactly, but it's
No,
but, you know, Avery's good.
I'm a really good inker, actually.
You guys have seen what Avery has done with my art, making it better, coloring it.
Yeah.
Just imagine what he's going to do to my pencils when he actually, you know.
I'm curious, like, how would your coloring work look?
How would what?
How would your coloring work look? It's OCK. I can't pronounce them back to back.
Just look at really crappy coloring job, and that would be how mine would look like. Because I've colored in the past, but I'm not good at it, and I don't like it, to be honest with you.
No, he's not very good at it.
Yeah, thanks, Avery. I appreciate this. Yeah, appreciate it.
I'm just saying.
You know, people are worried about, you know, not having the right tools to make good art. Do you know what Don Bluth uses to animate these days?
No, what?
The world's greatest animation program.
Draw.
Oh, there we go.
You got to talk for us to see your thing.
Oh, right here. That's right.
Oh, a number 2 pencil. That's cool. That's fun.
Yes, Dixon Ticonderoga.
Oh, very cool.
The world's greatest pencil. Even though they say that it's a Blackwing 602.
I'm taking some water, pouring it out of a jug, and pouring it in my cup. I hope that the sound of that doesn't make anybody need to go run to the bathroom.
I gotta pee my pants now, man.
Okay, Meatwad.
Hey, I want
Listen
candy.
to MCP pants and pee your pants.
I want candy.
If I knew for sure that one of those cats knocked my drawing tablet into the trash and I threw it out by accident, if I knew that for sure, I'd be killing me some cats.
Cats are jerks.
Cats are jerks.
All right, so I redid the sketch I did last night of Hero's sister, and I actually gave her a name.
Oh, what's
her name? Her name's Winter, and I really like it. And I think she's gonna be. I think she's gonna have. I mean,
dude, I'm thrilled. I'm thrilled. That's a great name. Because going by your previous record, I was afraid you were just going to name her sister.
Well, I actually made a list. This is actually the characters that we've actually named so far.
Mm-hmm.
You have the first sister, whose name is Lulu. Then the second two are twins, Prince and Princess. And then you have Winter. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 that we don't know their names yet. Then number 9 is Hunter. Number 10 is Brock. Number 11 is Hero. And 12 and 13 are Mischief and Mayhem. And their names are shortened to Missy and May. So we have 4 that we don't know what their names are just yet. So actually, Screw it. This was such a good drawing. I'm just gonna trace it, guys. You're gonna see me cheating here.
What?
I'm actually going to put my sketch that I did in my sketchbook underneath tracing paper, and I'm gonna trace it.
Go eat some pumpkins.
I used to have a.
How is that cheating?
Oh, I know it's not cheating, but
It's using a tool.
Yeah. And that's also great advice from one of the best comic artists you can find.
Yep.
Yeah, you want to be good as them, just trace them.
well, if there's a lot of artists out there who right now there are a lot of artists that you can name who are very, very popular, and they became popular. They got their break by copying other artists. You know, there's several of them out there.
Good artist copy, great artist steal.
Yep.
They weren't flat out like tracing them. They were just mimicking their style.
Yes. Art Adams started out copying Michael Golden's style.
Mm-hmm.
And then J. Scott Campbell got his start copying Art Adams' style.
What did Jack Kirby copy? Or he didn't copy anybody?
He didn't copy anybody. Actually, no, he might have copied, in a way, maybe some of those old-timey stuff. Maybe.
Old-timey stuff.
Like, you know, how old-timey? Like, 1800s or what?
Well,
Yeah.
no, back in Jack Kirby's days, some of the more prolific comic artists were the guys that did the Sunday strips, you know? So I'm trying to think of names, and names are just not in my wheelhouse right now.
Well, he was born in 1917, so an artist that was like 20 years old at the time when he was born was, born in the 1800s, you know.
Yeah. Well, there were comic strips back then. I mean, there were Prince Valiant, and there was
Little Nemo.
Little Nemo, yep.
Addams Family.
Yeah. So, a lot of that stuff. That was the kind of stuff that.
Yeah, Little Nemo's 1905.
Yep.
Little Nemo, the NES video game was badass.
Yes, it was.
Oh, really?
I really thought everybody was going to call me weird. Nobody knew what I was going to know what I was talking about.
Yeah,
I already called you weird, so.
Most people
my name means weird, uncanny.
Most people here have never heard of HVGN.
Now you lost me.
Happy Video Game Nerd.
Is that you?
No.
Are you talking? What did you say? Angry Video Game Nerd?
No, I said Happy.
No, because I know who Angry Gamer is.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
I have no idea who Angry Gamer is.
Irate. No, I was thinking of Irate Gamer. Irate Gamer. Which he changed his format. He's not irate anymore, which I think blows. But I guess when you've done...
what about Angry Joe? Is he still angry?
Angry
I don't know.
Joe sucks now. He's a shill.
Is he? Yeah, I guess a lot of people had to go that way. I was gonna tell Andrew because I heard him say I heard Avery teasing. I used to be guilty of like naming all my characters after like either their alignment or their like if I had a chaotic character, his name was Chaos. If I had a character named Justice, I didn't realize it until my DM pointed it out. He's like, "Do you realize all your characters pretty much name the way they act?" And I'm like, "Oh."
Well, I mean, Hero is a hero.
He's a hero.
Yeah.
How creative.
That's why I was making fun of him because he was very on the nose with that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there was something I did in one of the issues of Hero, and my editor was like, "That's a little on the nose, don't you think?" And I said, "Well, yeah, pretty much the whole book." You know, I'm not trying to hide anything.
She looks like Baby Got Back.
I
like Daddy like.
She's very, very decked out in winter clothes, so it's very, very everything she wears is very, very thick and husky-ish. But she's got to keep warm because she lives in the north with the polar bears. I part of me wanted to make her like the queen of the polar bears, but then that's kind of pushing it with some of my other characters. I think she's just a very well respected character amongst the polar bears. You know, she's not like their leader or anything, but she's very well respected amongst them. We have no idea what her story is just yet. We just know that she's very much a
They can have one of the polar bears be bipolar because then it'll be a bipolar bear.
Hey, did somebody let Rick into the chat? Into the stream?
Oh, he has a very Rick laugh. I noticed it too.
Well, thank you.
Hey, Rick is one of my favorite people. So
Rick's a good guy. Rick's a good guy. We like Rick. We like Rick a lot.
Andrew, on the other hand,
yeah, that guy's a dick and a half, ain't it?
No, Andrew's one of my favorite people. He just doesn't like me.
Oh no, I love Kodiak. You don't know how many times we've done streams where you haven't been there, and after we're done, the first thing I say to Avery is, I really miss Kodiak. I wonder why he's not coming. It's just not the same with. Oh god damn it! I just realized I didn't get the record button.
Damn it,
Nola.
And I'm about to get R-rated, so stop. You're about to turn me on here.
Oh no.
That's on the what you said it.
I gotta go.
Go where?
I'll see you freaks later.
My eyes are burning.
By later, I mean never.
All right, now that Avery's gone, we can talk shit about him.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that Cyberfrog really was awesome, though.
That's all he does is draw animal characters. I mean, come on. The guy has no originality whatsoever. I mean, you tell him, you look at him and you say, hey, man, why don't you draw, like Conan or something? He says, yeah, sure. And he draws Conan as a frog.
Draw Conan, Brian.
Oh, dude, I just found a cool brush.
Here.
Yeah, of course I'm still here. I just found a dope-ass brush for drawing Spawn. I've had this brush for I don't know how long, and I've never used it. I'm going to share. It's great. It would be great for plotting out Ghost Rider or Spawn stuff. Watch this.
Oh, wow.
Nice. Oh, I think I've seen the site where they sell that.
That's dope.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that like market? Is that sold on a website marketed to manga artists?
I have no idea. I got these brushes years ago. I haven't gone and downloaded new brushes.
So basically, you forgot you had that brush.
Yeah, or I never looked at what it did. I just went downloaded tons of brush packs years ago. I don't know what all the brushes I have do.
You got to play with them for a weekend.
Yeah.
I never got the fact that you can make any brush yourself, but yet people sell brushes.
Well, yeah, because I don't know how to make brushes.
I don't either.
Well, you just draw a stamp, and then you just save it as a brush.
Yeah.
That sounds like way too much work.
It's like turn that rubber eraser into a
stamp. About sharpening a pencil.
Oh, I've got brushes that are great for, if I okay, I don't want to draw a background. I'm planning out this page. I don't want to do it. It's too much work. Okay. Oh wait, that'll work.
Yeah.
It just works.
And then I ink it. What's this one? Oh wow, cool. See, I don't even know.
Spotted your blacks for you.
Yeah, I don't even know what all this is. Oh, here's another one. City scene in the background. All right. That works for generic city. Oh wait, I need some generic people in the foreground. Okay.
So basically, it's just quicking your job.
Yeah.
Oh, you could probably do that like for like a kind of a long exposure kind of shot. Have you heard? Yeah. I played around with that in photography.
That's kind of the other day I was losing my words, but that's kind of the question that I was asking you about, like how it kind of sucks that the mystique, the ability to hide behind your, a little bit of mystique. And then you get this art piece that you worked hard on, you put the time in, but you use the tools of the trade. But somebody else sees it and says, "Oh, you just traced that." No, I didn't. I used a tool for the background.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I'm saying, is the ability to.
Yeah, my attitude is you do it. Because if you don't know how to draw and you don't know how to ink and you don't know how to paint and you try to do it, you will suck at it. You will still make crap.
Yep. Yeah. You just have better looking backgrounds than your drawings.
Yeah. Now, see, I wouldn't use that as it is. Like that city scene. I wouldn't use it as it is. I would go back into it after I put it down and redraw parts of it. Take stuff out, draw stuff in that wasn't there.
Yeah.
Then print it, then make it look like blue line art. Use like a stamp filter on it, something. Print it and ink it. Traditionally. That completely changes it. Because I would go back in and draw buildings that aren't even there.
And somebody that's not in the know will be like, why did he print it in blue so it doesn't show up after he's inked it on the...
Or sometimes I print it in gray because I'm going to use washes and stuff anyway. It's the same thing though as not erasing your blue line because you can't really erase blue line. A lot of inkers aren't inking originals anymore. Who are inking artists? The artist does their pencil, scans it, sends it to the inker. The inker prints it and inks it.
Yep, that's definitely one way to do it. It really sucks when you collect original art. So.
Yeah, because sometimes you can't buy it as one thing anymore.
Yeah. That's a weird thing about original art is it's actually getting scarcer, as more people go digital.
Yeah. Which is a good incentive to work traditionally because you get something extra to sell.
Yep, that's true.
Yeah, like I've been thinking maybe some there's like a few companies that do a hand-drawn animation. What if that just went back just so they could sell cells? Like they just do traditional cell animation, just to sell the cells.
Oh yeah, they would find an audience for some of it.
Yeah, but I don't think there's as big an audience for that as comic book art, to be honest with you. I mean, there are collectors out there that collect animated cells, but
they're kind of expensive. I
don't know how big that audience is. So,
well, the people that want it, they pay a shitload.
Yeah. Is there a way to hide my screen from live, but show the people on the panel?
No.
I don't think so. Didn't think so. Because I have to ask permission to show that video, that picture, and if I have to ask permission, pretty much I should just go with no.
Yeah. If you have to ask permission, the answer is no.
Well, it's just a silhouette. It's a silhouette, and I know it's allowed, but might not be allowed.
Kodiak, it's best to ask for forgiveness than to ask for permission.
No, the last time he did something like that,
here I go.
I had to take down the whole stream and edit it.
I showed him Jabba the Hutt without a bra.
Oh God, I don't want this.
It was bad, man. It was bad.
Oh.
And I can't.
Let's just say it's nothing. It's everything he could have fought. He could have fought it because it's a guy with a shirt off. You can't go against your own rules. But I still go with him that it was a good move to remove it.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate not having money.
Wow, that was random.
No, look at the link in the chat.
Oh. Was that a purple Dr. Phil? What?
Huh?
I'm lost.
There's a eBay link.
To an X-Men the Animated Series
Okay,
Wolverine
cool.
original animation production cell.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Yeah, sometimes you can get animation cells cheap.
Oh, okay. I didn't. Wrong chat. Sorry, guys.
It's a really bad animation cell, though.
Not really. I'm loving it.
Oh, hey, Eagle 43, how's it going, man?
I would want something from that Pride of the X-Men.
Yes. I'm all over that. That is such a cult. It's pretty much a cultural phenomenon. How none of us knew. Everybody knew about it. Like we all thought that was our own little thing, right? Until years later, when the internet came around, we found out that we were all sitting around the tube watching this Pride of the X-Men that never came to fruition, or the that original. That art was better than the. So.
Yeah, it was like G.I. Joe animation.
Mm-hmm.
It looked great.
Was it Funimation? I
don't remember, but it looked and sounded like G.I. Joe.
Yeah. But yeah, it's got this. The fact that it's named after the name of the episode. We don't call it That X-Men Show. We call it Pride of the X-Men.
Speaking of weirdly named shows, remember back in the 80s we had Ghostbusters? We had this like
No. Oh wait, nope.
No, the real Ghostbusters.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that weird show that was not like the movie. I don't know which one of those came first, to tell you the truth.
I do. I actually, if you guys want to hear it, I know exactly. Okay, so the TV show came first, the Ghostbusters, which had the original. Huh?
The one with the gorilla came first.
The one with the gorilla came first. Yes. Is a TV show in the 70s. And when the movie was coming out with Dan Aykroyd, they had to buy permission to use the name for the movie The Ghostbusters, which they did. So then something ran out, and they were supposed to do it under the name. So the people who owned the gorilla one says, well, we'll do our own cartoon show, and we'll post it as The Ghostbusters. Better bust the baddies. That came out within the same year or a year later. That's why you got the quote-unquote real Ghostbusters.
Yeah, because this is the real one that you want to watch.
Which it wasn't. It actually wasn't the original. It's
not the original one, but it's the real one.
But it's the real one, yeah. And that cemented it in as a.
My favorite episode of the real Ghostbusters was, and I remember it to this day. They all go to hell. The Ghostbusters are in hell, and
that was Ghostbusters 3, the game.
And the devil is making them play like a Wheel of Fortune type of game.
This isn't a cartoon?
Yeah. And they up on the wall is like this word, and it's one like super, super long word. And they're trying to guess what it is. And eventually it's down to, what's the black guy's name?
Winston?
Winston. It's down to Winston. And he goes, and they go, it's right. That was the answer. And it was like just really funny. It was either him or one of the other guys, but I just remembered that was the answer, and it was just hilarious. And yeah, I know. I have to ruin my own.
The guy that voiced Ray, he voiced Garfield, but when he died, like they had Bill Murray play live action Garfield.
Garfield, yeah, I always found that a funny thing. Hey Avery, I forgot this. That video game, that Konami X-Men video game, was based after Pride of the X-Men, nothing else.
Oh, cool.
Do you remember playing that game in the 90s?
I think I rented it at Blockbuster.
No, it was the arcade version. The arcade
game. Oh,
welcome to Die.
Yeah, it was. Yep.
That's pretty badass. Is that a quote from the video game?
I think so.
Like Magneto?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
I think he says that in the show, like something when he's monologuing to Nightcrawler or something, or Kitty, maybe. I don't know. I gotta watch it again. It's due for my yearly watch.
Yeah, I haven't watched it in a while.
Where do you watch it on?
I have it on a USB drive.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm sure you can find that on.
Easy. It's so easy. Yeah. I still haven't found what cartoon company produced it though, because I think it was one of those ones that were a popular one, and it was like the last show they ever produced. That's what I was thinking, but Brave Star is Filmation's last one. But I'm checking.
come on, man, check faster.
You know, there's people that wanted a Ghostbusters 3, but they don't realize that we've had it all along. Like, they talked about, it's like, oh, then we're going to hell. It's like, whoa, that's Ghostbusters the game. There's an episode of the animated series. Oh, what about a team where they passed the torch? Oh, you mean the Extreme Ghostbusters? There's already a Ghostbusters 3 out. And it's been out all this long, you know?
Oh, yeah, the game?
Yeah, well, it's not just the game, but it's also the animated shows, like the Extreme Ghostbusters, but they passed the torch.
Oh, yeah.
They moved the Extreme Ghostbusters. It had the same art style as Godzilla and Men in Black. There's a little theory going around that they were in the same universe.
Oh, it'd be nice if they had a crossover, you know?
Yeah.
Which was that?
Men in Black and Godzilla and the other one we was just talking about, where I lost my train of thought.
I don't know. Like, I was always funny. Like, even when playing my toys, I didn't want Batman to show up with RoboCop. You know, I still Marvel has a problem with that.
I don't think I even want Batman to show up with Superman. To be honest with you, he doesn't belong with metahumans.
No, exactly.
Or very limited metahumans.
Well, yeah, that's what I was about to say about Marvel. Marvel has the same problem with their Marvel Knights. When you really think about it, it gets really like not okay that Ghost Rider is with a lot of these other characters that kind of. I mean, Ghost Riders are really, he fits. He's more of a medium than say Punisher. Punisher, you really want to, you know, even him in the Daredevil with the hand clan and the living forever thing and just getting to that much and knowing they're in the MCU kind of goes, oh yeah, but he's just a dude.
Well, Marvel Knights was supposed to be their street level character, so
yeah.
You can't get more street level than a motorcyclist, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I don't have a problem with that stuff. I just don't think the character should interact very often.
Right.
I feel Batman belongs in a universe like a DC universe, you know, a Detective Comics universe, like, you know, Dick Tracy or The Shadow or.
Oh, I'm still waiting for them to get a clue that the thing they haven't done with Batman is his original intent, is to have him this walking through the shadows kind of guy, detecting. Yeah, you know, and debulkify the suit.
And I kind of don't like how he, like in modern Batman, he relies a lot on his toys. You know?
That's true.
I don't have a problem with him being bulky. So, okay, there's two different main types of Batman stories. Typically, there's detective stories and there's the Avenging Angel stories. Both are good, and they used to do one a Batman book and another type in another Batman book. Have any of you guys ever read Faces? Batman Faces?
Nah, I haven't.
Long time ago, but yeah.
Wait. Let me look at the cover real quick because that sounds familiar. And
Matt Wagner, right?
Yep. That's a good Batman detective story.
When my dad died, I got all his Batman comics, and I was just floored because I had this abundance, everything. And Batman was always the thing I seen up on my dad's walls. I always thought was the big person's character. He was always kind of scary to me when I was a kid. Then when I became a teenager, the movies was out, so I was big on that. Then when my dad died, I got all his books. So the Dark Knight, the ones when he was like stuck in Arkham and he'd have to figure his way out, and all those books just blew my mind.
Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, when I think that's what it was. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Dave
named.
McKean, Neil Gaiman.
Yeah.
I also don't like how if Batman goes into Justice League, he is now promoted demigod level of like luck and Mary Sue and skill.
Oh, Batgod.
Yeah, Batgod. I can't stand that.
I remember when I first started saying it and hearing it from other sources. It was when Bruce Timm's direct video came out with a starfish that would suck to everybody's face. I was like, you have a Martian Manhunter, you have a woman superpower, and you have a Superman. Who saves the day? Batman. And it was just kind of a meme, if you will, a joke back then. But it's really come the truth that Batman's supposed to be infallible, and I'm like,
they take it too far.
Yeah.
I think Batman's more fallible than Superman because, like, Superman. Well, I don't know, with Superman, like, you can tell, like, he really does want to kill Lex Luthor. You know what I mean? Just like Batman wants to kill the Joker. You know?
Yeah. Well,
But
we've become a society that hates Mary Sue, so we don't want to see our superheroes that we like. We don't want to realize, hey.
But the way I feel that Superman is supposed to be is, like, he's supposed to be morally perfect, but he's not supposed to be, like, physically perfect. You know what I mean?
Right. That's what Bruce Timm said they were really going for with that animated series, is they depowered Superman a lot. They actually had to go through.
I love that. like it's like, okay, we don't need a green rock and we don't need a red sun to kill him. We'll still figure out a way to kick ass, though. You know? But, he was already just fight like Parasite or Metallo, It would on a level playing field.
No, that animation cell you showed me, I'm always sometimes wondering why these, why people spend XYZ on a comic book, and I'm like, my dad used to do that. That's not my thing. They'll do it on art, and there's certain artists, sure, I could see paying, a lot of money for this squiggly.
I think the cells cost way more money on like movies versus TV shows.
Right. Well, it wouldn't be me in movies. It would be like if I could get a collection of like Silverhawks, one or two, and a collection of like
what about Blackhawks?
Which one was that?
Blackhawks. It was like military comics, back in the 40s.
Cartoon?
Yeah. Well, I meant the comics.
Oh. I mean, well, I'd probably end up selling it. I'm talking about stuff you end up keeping yourself. You spend you high spend to keep in your collection.
Okay.
There's a lot of stuff I would like to get just because I'd like to sell it, but I wouldn't keep it in my collection.
So basically, you don't want the comic; you just want the money that's worth.
Yeah, that's so. With that, I don't see the sense of it. Like, but yet getting, if I got an original Jack Kirby Avengers number 1, that's my Golden Chalice. What is it called? Holy Grail is Avengers number 1. To get back the book that I sold from my dad's collection.
Golden Chalice, that might mean something completely different nowadays.
Golden Chastity.
Oh well.
I don't know.
And Andrew says Avery has a dirty mind.
I don't even.
Oh, stop. You know I'm harmless.
Yeah, what's that about harmless men?
What
does Jordan Peterson say about harmless men?
I have no clue what he says about harmless men.
It's a good quote. It's a really good quote.
Yeah? What is it?
He says, like, what's the point of being good if you're harmless?
A harmless man is not a good man. A good man is a very, very dangerous man who controls it voluntarily.
Yeah, Avery posted that on his Facebook, and I was like, that is dope. I was like, that is a badass quote.
Yeah, I like it. I liked it.
Andrew seems lost with that one, though.
Yeah, And I was like, please somebody come at me because I'm posting something from Jordan Peterson. Please come at me.
How is it? Why is he controversial?
Because all the lefties go, he's alt-right Nazi. When he's a very moderate, a very, very moderate person.
Gotcha.
But anybody to the right of Stalin, alt-right Nazi.
Well,
all right, no politics talking here, people.
Yeah. Okay.
No hey, Lorenzo.
I'm not talking about politics.
Either. I didn't know you realize you guys switched channels.
We even said we were switching channels.
Oh well, I didn't catch that part. I guess.
It's all right. All right.
I didn't realize you guys were switching channels. Well, we said we were going to.
And he just doxed himself on not actually watching the show.
Well, I was watching. He saw me type in the chat. I had to lay down for a little while. The back was hurting.
Oh,
it's all right. Trust me, we understand.
It's all that chasing of people. These things get tired.
Have you ever gone through, this is kind of open panel, but mostly to Avery and Andrew. Have you ever gone through periods of time where you feel like you're more wanting to take information in, like reference in, and you want to draw, but you just can't, you just feel like, but you keep sucking in reference?
Yes. Yes, you're processing and you're learning.
Sucks.
I have had periods where I didn't draw for weeks or months.
Yeah.
And when I picked up a pencil again or a paintbrush, I was radically better than when I quit.
Yeah, I guess
I was rusty when I first started, but by the end of that first piece, I realized I was better than I was when I stopped.
I hear actually the best time to study something or to learn something is right before you go to bed, because you get to reflect on in your dreams in a way.
Mm-hmm.
Like you automatically get an 8-hour break.
Mm-hmm. I've had pieces where I was struggle with it, and then when I woke up the next day, I knew what I was doing.
Yeah, that happened with Dustin at Lizzie until this guy, like when he made it, his code was messed up, and then when he went to sleep and he woke up, it was like, oh, there we go, done now.
I was wondering, I found out one time I used to be really good at a punching bag, speed bag, not a punching bag, but a speed bag. And there's always somebody better than me, but of course they would show off. But I was good enough to get it going, get a good rhythm to it, and show off a little bit. And then I had got to a point where YouTube was around, so now I could finally learn what I was doing and how to do it better. And they said, you can absolutely not learn a new thing on a speed bag. Like, you can't upgrade. You got to sit there and do on a speed bag, and you have to go to sleep, because a speed bag, the reason a speed bag works has nothing to do with any kind of exercise. It's more your mind, and your mind has to reset to it through sleep. So I'm not making sense the way it did. Basically, your brain going to sleep will then go, I get it. And then the next time you go back to it, you got that speed rhythm you couldn't do that you've been practicing.
Yeah. Your brain does a lot of rewiring when you sleep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought that was phenomenal. I was like, that applies to a lot of things I bet people don't realize.
That's one of the reasons for crib death, actually.
Oh, what?
The way your brain rewires itself and stuff while you're asleep.
Uh-huh.
That's one of the reasons for crib death is in a baby, it's going so fast that their brain goes to reboot, basically, and it doesn't reboot. It just shuts off. It's one of the reasons. There's a bunch of different reasons for crib death, but that's one of them.
So that's like one of those reasons for SIDS, okay?
Yes, yeah. Yeah, is the baby's brain, all those networks are firing so fast, is it's making all these new pathways that it just sort of goes to reboot to shut off and come back on, and it doesn't.
So basically the baby was overstimulated?
It's everybody. That's just how we work. It's just sometimes it's a 1 in a million shot that it doesn't start back.
Oh, so it's like a roll of the dice.
Yes. It's a freak thing. It's not normal. It happens to everybody as a baby when you're developing, that your brain just sort of kicks over.
If you as a parent was there, grab the child and kickstart it, you could do that.
Yeah.
What's happening is kind of like the brain isn't figuring out how to chew bubblegum and walk at the same time, or it's doing too many things and it shuts down, which makes sense to exactly what I was researching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just, it's so much, so fast in a newborn that the brain goes to basically reboot and doesn't come back up.
Well, if you think about that, for thousands of years, there was no walking away from your baby. You slept and eat. You slept, ate, and breathed everything that child did as a mother. You were with that child 24/7 for the first few years.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's that could go deeper.
Hey, Kodak, are you promoting patriarchy?
Patriarchy. I might be, actually.
Yeah. Heck yeah, the patriarchy.
Dude,
the patriarchy works.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Was Avery promoting crib death? Is that gonna go? That gonna go dark?
Was I promoting crib death? Yes.
How do you promote crib death?
I don't know.
Of course I was. I always promote crib death.
Thin the herd.
Crib death for life, dog.
God.
Andrew's gonna have to clip this show.
All right, I gotta jump in here at some point and say stop. y'all are bad.
Just
Well,
stop it.
worse,
Just
you
stop
were
it.
promoting
Well,
the peeps,
Dude,
Andrew. That's even worse.
I'm mentioning a political name, but I'm not getting political. But to quote Candace Owens to anybody who thinks he was promoting grid death, you didn't listen to what I was saying. And I love that, because you could go right back and rewind it and realize that, dude, that was so epic. You obviously didn't listen to what I was saying. You obviously a dumb turd.
You saw the expression on his face when she said that.
No,
right?
I didn't get to watch the video. I just heard it.
Oh, they turned the camera back on him, and he was like, yeah, whatever, okay.
He got ate alive is what happened.
I was just doing a callback. That's all I was doing.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Because
all right. When we get off,
topics that changed.
when we get off stream, I have a political thing I want to mention that I think is kind of funny. If you guys may or may not have heard about it, but it's actually pretty hilarious.
Hilarious.
Well, nobody's made a comment in a long time.
Do that?
I'm not sure if anybody's still watching. So I think we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. So I appreciate everybody who came out and joined us for this non-stop party.
Yeah.
A party that starts at Avery's house does not stop. It keeps going.
Yay.
Ain't no party like a everybody worth party ladders, because the everybody worth party don't stop.
I don't know what these son of a bitches are talking about.
Ain't that the truth? All right, everybody. Lorenzo, thanks for coming by. Kodiak and Commodore, Avery, of course. So, does anybody want? Because I did not give anybody a chance to promote anything before I ended the live stream last time. Does anybody have anything they want to promote other than Hero?
I there's this book in Indiegogo.
Yeah.
Its name is Hero.
Oh, yeah. Go check that out, guys.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You should back that. Although I heard the creator is a furry.
Yeah. You're totally right, Meanwad.
You should back that up like the. Never mind.
It's a Russian bot.
But you guys all know, you guys like furries, and I know you do. I know you do.
I heard he's a degenerate furry.
He's a degenerate furry. Is that what you said?
That's the only kind of furry there is.
Okay, well, since you guys had to explain to me what a furry was,
He runs around with slee stacks.
Exactly.
Sleepbacks and Kodiaks and
apparently we're scalies according to
Oh, Rick
Yeah.
was way too quick with that, dude, on the nose.
Yeah, that was really strange.
Rick, you suspect.
you suspect. That's right.
son.
What'd he do?
We were making a joke. We were talking about, like, would a slee stack count as a furry if you identify as a slee stack? And, but they're reptiles. And Rick goes, they're probably called scalies. And then Slee Stack looked it up, and it's a thing. People that are furries but identify as reptiles are called scalies.
Yeah, Rick knew that.
And I'm like, Rick, that was too, dude. You were too quick and too on the nose. What are you up to?
Yep.
Yep.
As John Dillard says. What
What
does
does John Dillard say? I'm curious.
Piper?
All right, everybody. Good night. See y'all here. Wait a minute. Are we doing Rick's stream tomorrow at 8?
I don't know.
Yeah,
That might be pushing it for you.
Yeah.
No. All right. Well,
I'm
yeah.
going to be starting my first live stream pretty soon.
Oh yeah. You better invite us.
Well,
We
you
wanna
guys are in that group for the.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll see
Oh,
you are.
by the way, I got a special request in the Twitter group chat for the live streams. Take the conversations into other chats. We want to keep that one just for live stream notifications. We don't want to fill it up with long
Conversation.
discussions. Yeah, if you're gonna have a discussion, start a different chat because it's just easier that way, you know. I guess I should have saved that for off stream, but that doesn't really matter.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, all the ones that
make any sense.
everybody that abuses that policy is right here, right now. Kodiak.
I think he just was saying he was having problems with his internet.
Yeah, I know.
That's what I read.
All right, guys. All right. Talking to everybody later. Bye.
Yeah. Why did you just say